सेकंड वाला बोल रहे हैं, वो सेकंड असाइनमेंट, सेकंड लाइन वाला.
Second level, okay. So today this is the last class for cell scripting. Also from you try to do it, and at 1:30 I'll give you some introduction about some process. Introduction about process. I'll give you only 3 questions related to looping for the cell scripting. You try to finish it by 1:30. So 1:30 to 2 I'll tell you the basic introduction about process. Next class we'll start with the process. देन उसके बाद शेड्यूलिंग में आएंगे, शेड्यूलिंग. ओके, सो लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन. So before going to start the looping concept, I'll tell you something. Some options are available which will help you to do some kind of file operation, how to check the string length is 0 or non-zero, like this things are there. Whether that file exists or not, whether that file is in executable mode or write mode or not. There are many options are there. So there is one option -j. Another option is -n. This option to check string length is 0. This will check string length is non-zero. Okay, so how you will use this option? Suppose I want to check, suppose if -z, suppose one string, I'll pass it as a variable, suppose a. So initially how to write this cell script here? I have to write, suppose enter echo, enter a, then read a. Then here I'll write, I have to check whether, I want to check whether it's the string is 0, length is 0, non-zero. You can write -j space. Yes, space is most important. Please try to understand. Then if it's true, that is, it will return what? If this length of string is a is 0, then it will return true. Then echo length of string is 0. Suppose I'll write down like this. Else echo, suppose length is not 0. Non-zero. This is just a printf output statement and end with 5. So this option, how you will use it? This is for checking it's a 0. So the same thing, if I want to check it's non-zero. Non-zero part means this else will be executed, means it's non-zero. So the same thing with you want to execute it in if part. This is -n $a. Then that it will be, then it's non-zero. Then echo, that is this is non-zero. The else echo, let's suppose 0. If it's false, then it's 0. If it's true, then it's non-zero. These are 2 options are there for checking the string length is 0 or not. Then for file ke liye, there is some other options are there. That is, one is -d, one is -x, -w, -r, -e, another is -s. To check is it directory or not, set directory or not. Then whether executable permission is there or not. Check for the executable permission. The file is in writable access permission is there or not. This is for readable. This is to check file exists or not. File exists or not. Then minus S for the file size. File size. File size is greater than 0 or not. Greater than 0 or not. These are some options you can use for check for some types of file operations. You want to check suppose this file exists or not. Suppose suppose here how I can write it as, suppose I'll write here that echo, suppose file name, here read, suppose file name. File name is a variable. Here you can check whatever file name you read, that is for the minus e dollar file name, whether it's exist or not. Then if it's exist, then it will return true, that you can write here file exist or not. Else,
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम,
yes,
मैम अगर एक फाइल का एग्जीक्यूटेबल परमिशन है, आई मीन इसको चेक
yes.
करने के लिए हम लोग को बैश फाइल रन करना होगा. अगर एग्जीक्यूटेबल परमिशन नहीं है तो बैश फाइल भी रन नहीं होगा, राइट? तो क्योंकि ये कमेंट हम लोग आई मीन gedit.sh नाम का फाइल पे लिखेंगे, उसके बाद डॉट स्लैश करके जब रन करेंगे उसके
No,
लिए
no, 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 no.
परमिशन
See,
चाहिए.
whenever you are creating a file, maybe cat option, gedit
Yes.
or touch, whatever will be there. And whenever you see ls minus l
Yeah.
thing, detail listing, there you will find if it's a file, then dash rwx or rwx. Three pairs are there, na?
Yes, three pairs, three
If it's
users.
C, then it's a directory. If nothing is there, then it's a file. If S is there, then it's a socket. Okay.
Yes.
So these three pairs, whether that this executable permission is there or not, to check it, you can use this X option. You can write here if minus X file name. If it's true means this file having already executable permission. That is the objective of these options here.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So these are the some concept I want to say. That's why you can solve many problem related to all these things that है. File कैसे find करना है, whether it's exist or not. These options will help you. Okay. So next we'll go to the loop. Cell scripting. For the purpose is something different. For the same type of purpose, if you will use for, then it will not at all help you there.
You're not audible.
How I am not
Ma'am,
audible?
from loop
Your
what
screen
you
is
have
freezing.
written previous
Yes,
flows.
ma'am.
Yes.
From
From
the
Yes.
loop.
from
Hello.
you have written the loop, but your screen was froze
Yes, ma'am.
for one
My
minute.
screen is hazy.
Froze for 1 minute. For the past
मैम
one
पॉज
minute,
हो
your
गया था.
screen was froze. After you have written the loop word. So
Whether it's visible right now?
yes, ma'am, it's visible. Please explain once more the loop related thing.
So
Ma'am, again you are gone.
So now it's audible and visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, once I disconnected and again reconnect. Okay, so you see there is three types of loops are here also in cell scripting: while, until, and for. But for the general use of the loop, whatever purpose you are using loop generally in C, C++, Java, or any other language, for this that type of purpose, while loop is mostly used in case of cell scripting. Until sometimes it's used, but the use of for is something different. I'll tell you one by one. So first I'll write down their while syntax. That is while, whatever command you want to write here, then do, after while it's do, and it will ends with done. Then the statement whatever you want to do it, that will be executed here. If I'll write down here one example, you see, let a will be there. I initialize this variable a with 0. Then suppose here I am writing while $a will be less than 10. Do suppose echo $a or whatever you want to write. Then I want to increment this. You know that is the general concept of loop. If I'll write it down in case of C, here you have to write down a equal to 0, int a equal to 0, a will be less than 10. Then here you have to write down, suppose you are using C++, C, that is printf, a equal to, suppose, percentage %d, then here you have to write down a. Then you are writing a equal to a plus 1 or a plus plus, whatever you will write it down there. You are doing like this. So here the same thing can be written like this, and here, as you know, for expression evaluation you have to write for increment of a $a, then plus, here the space you have to write plus 1, then the backward, then done. So if you will execute this code, what you will get? You will get first a value will be 0. First it will print a value 0. Then first it will check the condition here, $a, that is 0, which is less than 10. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. So it will print a, then print a means it's 0. Then it will increment a with 1. Then the a value will be 1. Again it will check this whether it's less than 10. It will print a equal to 1. Then again increment a 2. Then check it up to 9. You will get the output to 9. Then when a equal to 10, 10 is not less than 10. So that loop will be not executed. It will come out of this loop. This thing will be done by using while. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now come to until. Here the same syntax, except one changes is there. Instead of until, instead of while, you have to write down until. Until command, then do statements, then done. So here I have to write until. So what will happen here? Can anyone please say what will happen here? Whether it will print the same output or anything else will be there? Anything else will be there? Please say whether you will get same output or what is the meaning of until? Can anyone please say what is the meaning of until?
Until this happens.
Until?
Until the condition is
Unless
true.
the criteria is fulfilled.
Yes.
So
Only 10
here,
will be printed.
जी क्या बोल रहे हो? सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है.
Only 10 will be printed, I guess. Until so. Maybe.
Only 10 will not go to the 10 partner there. So
Yes,
here nothing will be printed. Here the output will be nothing.
Okay.
Because if I'll change this condition with a negation, if I'll add it here, negation part, then if it's true, that will be becomes the false part. Not true, then it will print this same thing. Whatever things are there, if I'll take it as a negation of this thing, true means it's false. Then it will print the same output as this while. Negation of this thing. If I'll take the same thing, the output will not be printed. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Ma'am, can you please
Yes, ma'am.
repeat the meaning of the controls until? I mean,
Meaning of?
until meaning. I mean, until a less than 10 means if a is less than 10, nothing will be printed. And negation
Yes.
means if a is
Negation
not
means
less than
it's
10. Okay.
that is the until a is less than 10. Matlab that case, you just try to till and until. What is the difference? Till and until.
Till means it will print till a is 10, and until means unless a is 10, it will print nothing. So
Nothing.
I mean,
So
opposite.
that's why if it's not the negation, it will not print anything.
Yes.
You just execute it and you can understand. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the syntax, and in case of normal sales scripting, when that loop is required, suppose you want to find the reverse of a number, suppose you want to add 10 numbers, you want to print 1 to 100, 1 to 500, 1 to 600, like this, there mostly this while will be used. If until you are using, so you have to take care of all these things, whatever I am telling right now. Then come to for. The for syntax will be here for one variable in word 1, word 2, like this you have to write, then do whatever statement you want to execute, then done. This is the for syntax. Here if you want to print 0 to 9, here you have to write for var in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 स्पेस देके लिखना पड़ेगा.
Ma'am,
Then
तो loop
do.
का क्या facility है?
वही तो बोल रहे हैं. That's why for will not be helpful whenever you want to do the normal use of loop here. Then here you will write down echo var. Generally for is useful for the file operation. For will be useful whenever you are using this file kind of thing will be there. So if you want to suppose find in your current directory, so how many .sh file exist? How many .sh file exist? You can write for var in star .sh, then do, then echo star var. It will print all the .sh file exist in that directory. If you want to suppose print all the files in that directory, for var in if I write only star, that means all the files, do, then echo $var, then done. It will print all the files in that directory. Any extension files are there, it will print it. Is it clear? Is it clear? This is the use of for. Generally this for the file things, mostly people are using this for. These are the three types of loops are there. So one thing you after 5 minutes, I'll give you another 3 assignments related to this looping concept. So I'm stopped sharing my screen. Then I think one student last class जो share किया था, please share your screen. I'll tell you some commands. You write it down there, and I'll ask some command also. कोई एक शेयर करो स्क्रीन अपना.
Yes, ma'am. Just a second. Is it visible?
हाँ, it's visible.
It's visible.
So you go to the parent directory.
The parent.
हाँ. Okay. So there you write down. Suppose my objective what I try to explain here. I want to print a particular line from a file, or let it be whatever output that will be displayed here. I want to print a particular line from there. Okay. So here you write down. Suppose how many processes are running in your system. I want to check it. There is a command ps.
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 PS. P for
Okay.
process.
Okay.
Yes.
PS.
Space minus EF.
Minus EF.
EF. Press enter. It will show you all the processes with the process ID, its child process ID. Everything will be there. Then the time of execution. You just scroll up in upward direction. First line. I want to see the first line.
Ma'am, init process जो है ID is 1.
First line. You see here what is this? This is the user ID. Your then process ID, process ID. Then there is the how many child of this parent process, time, then time CMD. Everything will be the command that everything will be that is the headings are there. Now I want to see the first 10 lines of this whatever displayed there. Many lines are there. I want to see only first 10 lines. How to see?
Pipe head.
Pipe
Head minus and 10.
minus and 10. Only minus 10 also work here. Then pipe head
Head only.
space minus 10. Minus 10 also work here. You see. Press enter. Now you see. Including this first heading 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total 10 lines are displayed, including this headings. Is it clear? Now, whatever output is displayed here, this 10 lines, from this 10 line, I want to see the last line only. That means this one, process ID 11 जहाँ पे लिखा है. How to see this one?
मैम इसके साथ tail minus 1 कर देंगे.
Then I will add another pipe.
Yes.
I'll add another pipe. Here that is the first input, first output will come to the second. After pipe, whatever you will write, that will be the input to the
Second
that thing will be there.
yes.
Second one. Here whatever will be the output of that head minus 10 will be given to the tail part. The tail space minus 1. The last line I want to see, na? Minus 1. You just see. Here you are seeing this one. Process ID, this thing will be there. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I want to see only the from this line. I want to see PID2. How to see? Here this is you see root is root will be the user ID. Process ID will be 11 and the PPID will be 2. I want to see only these two values. How to see this thing?
Ma'am, cart minus D space minus F 3 dot. I mean 3
So here that you are telling minus d is the delimiter and we are
Delimiter.
taking the delimiter at the space. But how many space here?
Oh,
Whether you know
multiple
how many
space.
spaces are
Oh, okay,
there?
okay. No, no, no.
Ma'am, we can use the filter for that PS command only. We have to see the documentation.
Filter.
Yes, ma'am,
There
for
is a
that PS.
command for truncate. We will truncate all the spaces to only one space will be there. TR command. There will be a command TR which will truncate this space. So write down the whatever the up to tail you write down. I'll tell you how you will write down truncate. Then another pipe. Then write down TR truncate space. Then the space double quote. Then space double quote. That means you have double quote. Specify one space. Press enter. Press
Okay.
enter. Press enter. क्या हुआ? Missing operand after क्या? Oh, minus s. For space, it's a minus s. Minus s. Minus s before space. Before space, it's minus s. Huh? We have to. Now. See. Now you see this line at whenever first time you execute tail minus 1, how many spaces are there? After truncating, how many spaces are there? Root, then 1 space 11, then 1 space 2, then 0 like this. Now I want to see only these two, that is PPID value. How to see this thing? Which command will be used?
Cut, no?
अरे cut only cut कैसे होगा?
Ma'am,
Same
cut
thing you have to write
Cut
along
minus
with
वाला.
you have to use cut and the delimiter will be space pipe.
pipe.
अच्छा.
Pipe output of truncate will given to the cut. Then space for the delimiter which option? Minus
F.
D.
minus D.
Minus D space.
Minus D, then space. Then
And
we want
then
to
that
see the field.
two.
Which field?
Minus
That
F.
will be the third field.
Third field.
For field option will be minus F. Then
Three.
which field? Third field.
Three.
What to write?
3.
3.
3. लिखो.
See?
Space enter. Enter. Are you getting this two value? Okay, I just told you like this only. Now if you want to read only suppose one word from a file, how to do it, whether you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So in the shell script you have to write down this command for that file. First you will check whether that file exists or not. Then you will read one line from that file. From that line you will got one word and that will be displayed. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this much and I am just posting the 3 assignments. Okay.
So, sir, I stop sharing. No, sir, I stop sharing.
Stop sharing. I am just posting your assignment, today's assignment.
বলো। পরে পরে এখন ক্লাস হচ্ছে। হয়নি তোমার বেদানো শুনুন?
Hello? I already posted 3 assignments there. All of you got it? There is a cell script to reverse a given integer. Second one will be to check whether a string is palindrome or not. Third will be taking 8 command line arguments and do some operations there. That step by step, all the whatever operation you will do, it's also written there. Whether you got it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So try to finish it by half an hour because it will not take more time. And the next thing is that in the cell scripting, next topic will be the array, but I'll not go to teach you array because depends on the different types of cells. If it's a bash cell or C cell or if you are using KSH, that array declaration will be different from everywhere. Everywhere that will be something different, some syntactical difference will be there. And there is also, since normal in C++, if you want, then you just read it. You just go through that cell scripting tutorials are available. You go through that. And if you will start teaching everything for the cell scripting within the entire OS lab, we are not able to do anything else except cell scripting because we will do the process, creation of child process, then we'll go to that CPU scheduling. Semaphore is also there in your syllabus. So it will not, we're not able to finish it. That's why we'll start with the process. Actually वो generally CPU scheduling ही है उसके बाद cell scripting के बाद, but I'll start with the process, then we'll come back to the CPU scheduling. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.